Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, folks, welcome. We've got a great broadcast for you today. My good friend Ronnie McMullen is here, getthetea.com, and we're going to talk about some incredible things today. He's got some great news for us. And Ronnie, great to have you on the broadcast.
It's good to be back.
It's great to have you today. And well, I tell you, with all the pressure, with the last time you were on, we talked about preparing for war with Kim Jong-un. It's not gotten any better, has it?
No, it's still pretty scary out there. In fact, it's getting scarier by the minute. But I still think it's going to be okay. One way or the other, it's going to be okay.
Yes, I'm with you on that. I am with you. Ronnie, real quick here. There is a new report that has just come out on overdoses in the United States, and this is a stunning information. A report coming out of Cleveland, Ohio says overdoses are now the leading cause of death of Americans under the age of 50, which I'm shocked. There's even, according to the statistics, we just now, in the last year, heroin overdose deaths through heroin was 12,989, while gun homicides was 12,979. This is an incredible new shift in American culture. Overdoses, death.
That's scary.
I mean, when you think about it, well, I mean, we could analyze forever why folks are involved in a lot of illegal drugs and trying to escape the pain and the reality of life and all that. But I mean, how does this many people get access to illegal drugs like this?
Well, I think it's just my opinion. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Drugs come from the top of the top. I notice the drug cartels are always blamed, but they're really kind of mid to the bottom. The top of the top are really the elite. That it's kind of like, think about this. All of these cameras that watch us, okay, surveillance is all over everywhere. They know what you do and when you do it. Yet they can't get any of the drug cartel, and they can't spot a plane dropping opium or whatever it's going to bring into the United States. They can't figure that out. And when you go back years back, the Clintons are very involved. So were the Bushes involved in opium. And that was one of the reasons that we were overseas, supposedly having this small little fake war. You got fake media and fake war.
Wow.
And we're getting ready for some more fake war that we talked about a little bit the last show. But I kind of think it's from the top, and if drugs make money. End of story. I mean, this is why the cartels are in, because it's not because they're becoming poor, it's because they're rich. So there's money in drugs, and there's enough people that are sad, and you talked about this just a little bit ago, that are sad, that are trying to run away from life, because life's not easy. It's hell here on earth. So they haven't found their niche of happiness. And so they run, and how they run is drugs. I mean, here in Arizona, we have a meth problem. It's I've been told it's a meth capital.
What?
So yeah,
the meth capital.
And we have people die. I mean, I remember many years ago when I was working with the company, this guy was working, and the big rumor was, well, he's coming back. And I go, oh, really? What's he coming back from? Well, he was a meth addict. This guy was probably at the time 52 years old.
Right. And so you're saying this isn't just...
We're thinking that basically drugs is related to, 15 to 25-year-olds, but it actually spans a lot more up to the age 50 and 60 years old. It's crazy.
And, it's really sad, because for people that are probably in that age range, 50 to 60, they didn't get started with these hard drugs until later in life. I mean, because you aren't going to live. I mean, if you start by age 20 with some of these, you're not going to see 50, are you, Ronnie?
No, but I do have a question that I've always wondered and I don't even know what it means, and I'm just going to throw it out there because it's mysterious. Is if you look at all the performers, okay, the musicians, we'll just pick on the musicians. This goes for actors and actresses as well, but let's just use the musicians. they use hard drugs. Well, some of them are still going, and they're in their 70s, and they may not be using them anymore. But if you look at like bands like the Eagles, I mean, they were hard drug. Oh my gosh, big drug users, huge drug users, and here they are now in their 70s, and they're still, you know, obviously we lost Glenn Fry, but they're still cooking. And I always think to myself, how can these people do these hard drugs and live so long? So I don't know. It may be because they're in the limelight, or maybe there's something else that I'm missing. But that's been my question.
Well,
like,
it's a great question.
A normal person, if you use drugs for a long time, you're done like a dinner. So why are these guys still ticking?
Well, you know, that's a great question, and I think, well, what the era they were using it, we weren't in the GMO era.
That could be.
You know, the food was real then. So, yeah, they were punishing their body, but at least the nutrition that they did eat was real. Today,
that could be.
You know, we're one molecule away from plastic, you know, with some of this food, I think.
Yeah. Margarine is one of those. Yes.
So, I mean, all I can figure is if you're poisoning your body now with heroin and with meth and with crack, and you're poisoning your body with the food that you're eating, and you're not getting anything to cleanse your system, you're not exercising, you're not eating properly, you're not getting the nutrition and vitamins, you're not getting the tea.com, you ought to be drinking the tea. I mean, we love the tea. Heidi and I mean, we start getting in a wrestling match and we get upset if somebody doesn't have the tea ready. I mean, it's that good, Ronnie. And so, but it's not just that it tastes good, but it's good for us. And to your point, with the GMO food, I mean, don't you think that there's enough toxins, what we're breathing and everything else, that it's a really dangerous world?
Well, they've poisoned our water. Obviously, they poisoned our air, and they've now poisoned our food. I mean, they're spraying sugar on lettuce so that we eat more sugar. I mean, sugar's a toxin.
What?
So yeah, oh yeah. So they're getting smart. You're like eating this lettuce, going, boy, this is the best lettuce I've ever had. Well, sure. You know, you can put sugar on tobacco and eat the tobacco, and it's great because it's sugar coated. Yay! So it's just, I can't believe what they're doing. And they don't eat this stuff. It's kind of like the healthcare bill. Oh, well, you guys need to have this healthcare bill, and they rape us every day with what we cannot have and how much we need to pay. But the Congress and the Senate and so on and so forth, they don't use the same system that they're putting off on us. So, how do you deal with this? It does get, and another one we miss is alcohol. We really don't, Budweiser is not a poor company. Coors, is not a poor company. So they're making money off of us destroying ourselves, and we're gonna have a good time. I'll have a few beers. Okay, well, you're gonna have a few beers. That's cool, but do you know what it's really doing to your body? And 90% of them do not, or they don't care. They're like, it's fine. I'll be fine. My dad drank until he was 95. Yeah, well, there are those of us that can withstand things, but the liver will wipe out your kidneys and your liver. So not a good thing. And They don't want us to have exercise. They don't want us to have good food. This is why the fight with GMOs. They don't want us to win. They want us to. And this is where the drugs come in. This is where let's get drugs on the street so we take care of that issue. And then we'll put drugs in a nice fancy package and tell people they're going to get well.
Wow.
Now that is marketing.
Well, you know something, Ronnie? They don't even tell you you're going to get well. They tell you this will make you feel better.
Right.
I haven't had a doctor yet tell me. I haven't had a doctor yet tell me that this is going to make you get well. They say this will help you. This will make you feel better. But you're still going to, how long do I got to take this, doctor? Rest of your life. Well, that's not helping me very much,
No, and how much does that cost again? It's the residual income. They always talk about small business. Well, you need residual income. Well, copy Big Pharma. They got it going on. Their marketing campaigns are great. And their lobbyists. Oh, they got the best lobbyists there are. Right. We need this law to not be there anymore. Yeah, I love the law that Bush passed. That basically, if you get jacked up from a pharmaceutical drug, you cannot sue the drug company.
What? I mean, everything's...
I love that one.
That one, but you talk about having the deck stacked against us. we can poison you and you can't sue us. There's
You can't do nothing
no
about
accountability, you know?
Right. And I just think to myself that, there's this is where the global elite have come. There's no hiding it anymore. There's no hiding it. I mean, flat out on major radio. We're talking about talk radio where they have millions and millions and millions of listeners. Flat out, they call themselves the establishment.
Right.
They don't call themselves government. They don't say that it's President so-and-so. They call themselves the establishment. I mean, how bold can they be? And what do we do as people? We just keep, it's gonna be okay. And I'm thinking, no, we need to start. You know how you take these guys down? There's one way to take them down. You take them down by their money.
Right.
All we have to do is if we got everybody together and said, look, let's picket, and we don't picket, but let's boycott mobile gasoline. Anybody out there listening, don't go to mobile. Go to any other company, but don't go to mobile. And if everybody, mobile would crush.
Right.
And you could do that with anybody. You could go to McDonald's. You could go to whatever. You could pick any company you wanted and said, look, Coca-Cola's putting corn fructose. Okay, let's just boycott them. Period. No, never buy a Coca-Cola product. If you did that and everybody caught on, it would crush a company.
Yeah.
You start crushing companies and they start listening to what you have to say.
Wow. Well, that's my
little home run.
That's your little. All right, that's a grand slam, maybe. But what is your health tip of the day? I mean, I'm wondering about that. What can we practically do to just make our life better? You got a health tip for us?
Okay, I got a health tip. This one's free. I love that. Free health tip. Okay. In other words, you're not paying for the health tip, but you don't even have to pay for what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Most people in this world are dehydrated. And so think about how much water you drink. You say, oh, yeah, but I drink, I drink Rock Stars, or I drink, coffee, and I drink juice, and those don't count. So those are all Zippos. In fact, if you drink coffee or beer or any of that, then you get a negative.
What?
So in other words,
coffee a negative? Oh,
Coffee's a negative. So if you drink 10 ounces of coffee, you need 20 ounces of water to combat that.
What?
Okay, and I won't even go into the caffeine issue. Caffeine's really bad for you, but let's not go there. Everybody's going, you're taking my life away, Ronnie. You're taking my life away. No, I'm going to give you something. Here we go. Okay. So when you don't have enough water, your organs shrivel. They don't do good. So guess what? Your blood sugars can go higher because it's overloaded. You can, and this is why Get the Tea is so important, because the detox of the tea. I sometimes see orders come in. And they'll get nopal cactus, they'll get vitamin C, moringa, they'll get all these good things, and they're all good, but they don't get the tea. And I'm like, you're killing me. You got to get the tea. You got to get D365, one of the two. You have to detox. If you have all those toxins, I don't care how much good you put in you, if you don't have the bad out, you are in trouble, because the good and the bad mix, and bad usually takes over. So you've got to get the bad out of you so that when you put the good in, it's good. Here's another thing for you. So back to water. So if you're taking supplements, let's say you're taking the moringa or you're taking vitamin C, doesn't matter what you're taking. If you don't have enough water in you, they kind of just pass through you, because many of them are water soluble. So they need the water to open up and let go. So the more water you drink, and by the way, if you're looking for weight loss, water is your key. You can drink a lot of water. Now, let's say you drink 10 ounces of water, or 15 or 20 ounces of water right now. You need to be drinking half your body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you need to be drinking 100 ounces of, I use that just for nice concordance there, but 100 ounces of water. And you say, oh, I'm probably drinking 20. I'm 80 down, right? So you're in trouble. So if you go immediately to 100 ounces, you're probably faint, have fatigue. So just take your water up every day, drink a little more, a little more, a little more. And the next thing you know, you're not going to be as hungry, and you're going to have water in you, which is all good for your organs, good for your eyes, good for inflammation. For those of you who have chronic pain, have joint pain, water is your answer.
Really?
And guess what?
Really? Wait. Because, okay, I'm 55, Ronnie. The joints, you know what I'm saying? The joints are starting to ache, and every morning it gets a little tougher.
Guys have hip problems, just so you know. Guys have a lot of hip problems.
Oh, don't say that.
You're aching in your hips, and you're aching in your shoulders, and you're aching in your elbows, and here's the big one: knees.
Oh, don't
People
say
going,
it.
oh,
Knees hurt.
Well, we have joint aid that helps, but let me tell you, what's really going to help? Water.
Wow. So get the tea.com. You got to have the tea because this really does the detoxing. And drink a lot of water, and then take your supplements. And eat healthy. I mean, and you can really
exercise, get your heart rate up.
Right.
And I always tell people 5 minutes a day, because then once you do 5, and you're solid at 5 minutes a day. And think about it. Do you have 5 minutes of your day? Yes, you do.
Sure.
People go, oh, I don't have that kind of time. Well, then you better loosen your schedule. 5 minutes. Get your heart rate to where you're 5 minutes. And when you do that faithfully every day, then you can raise it to 7 and then 8 and then 10. Pretty soon when you start raising it, guess what? You're going to drop some more weight. Oxygen is going in your body. You're talking about, it's like putting a supercharger on a Chevy engine. It's like that's what you want to be doing. Exercise, lots of water. Then your supplements and your tea is just, now you're going to start rocking. And you want to talk about feeling better. Think about when you wake up in the morning, you're stiff as a board, and you're like, oh, man. You need to have big water right by your bed. Drink some water and start moving. And warmth is big. So when you exercise, your body warms up. And when your body warms up, you move better. Anytime you have an injury, there's 2 things that you need. One is heat. That gets everything moving. And ice. Ice makes the swelling go down. That makes the inflammation go down. So it's really, these are simple things. And it could change your health probably by 50% just by putting a couple things into play.
So you've got some other products out there. I mean, we got get the tea, but I'm sitting there right now. I've got a bottle of this right here, G.I. Joy. What?
Oh, yeah. I love the name. Everybody's got it. Tell Pastor Paul how much you like that name. Isn't it kind of cool? Not G.I. Joe, but G.I. Joy.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Okay, tell us about what's in this.
Colostrum is in this. Colostrum is in this, and acidophilus is in this. You ready? Aloe is in this. Peppermint is in this. People don't know that peppermint will soothe your stomach. Okay? So here's the deal. So you got a stomach ache, and you're like, you reach for a couple of Tums, maybe some acid stuff's going on. You reach for some Tums. Well, antacids, just so you know, they'll burn your intestinals up. So you don't want to be doing that. So this is something where you take a couple of G.I. Joy, and I'm feeling good. Because when your stomach's jacked up, you don't feel like doing anything. I mean, seriously, when you kind of feel nauseous, I mean, do you feel like going and being on radio or YouTube? No, you're like, I don't want to do that.
You're saying this.
When you all of a sudden feel good, you're ready to go.
So G.I. Joy, and I love the name, G.I. Joy is really to help with your digestive system and to make you feel better for sure. And to keep you moving. You just really need to do that.
Helps with your autoimmune system. Helps with your fatigue. It's got acidophilus is a probiotic. Okay, and just so you know, probiotic means pro-life. Antibiotic means anti-life. Right. That's why you take an antibiotic when you go to the pharma is because it kills everything, and that's good. So if you got some kind of virus or disease, it'll kill it. But it's killing all your good bacteria. So when you're taking a probiotic, it's pro-life, so it's putting good stuff in you. So it's got obviously acidophilus in it. It's got aloe, which is really a soother. And of course, I put the information sheets in when you buy the product. So yeah, G.I. Joy is just exactly what it says. It is joy for gastrointestinal problems.
Folks, Ronnie McMullen with us, getthetea.com, sharing with us some great tidbits of ways to really improve our health. And really, that improves our way of life. And I'm holding right here the grape seed extracts. Ronnie, you say this is an anti-detoxant rich support. What do you mean?
As far as the grape seed, it's really what I would say for the grape seed is it really goes after the eyes. There's a lot of people, and I didn't even know this, a lot of people are really struggling because their eyesight is giving way. So this grapeseed, and that's why we sell it in a package with the tea and also astaxanthin. We put those 3 together because it really goes after the eyes. Grapeseed is wonderful, and it's also grapeseed's good for the immune system and your overall health. But it really is wonderful. And I got another one that I really want to throw this way because the ears are up when you start talking about joint pain. So I've got a product that we just pulled in, and it's called Nopal Cactus. Okay, it's from the prickly pear cactus.
Nopal cactus.
Cool, Nopal cactus.
Okay.
And this is kind of got some real fun stuff to it, and I'll tell you why. Number one, digestive. It's really good for your digestive. So we're talking about the GI Joy. Well, so Nopal cactus is the same thing. This also has coral calcium in it, which makes it absorb quicker, okay? So here's one that we didn't know it does, but it's really awesome. The mineral content of the cactus leaf is huge with calcium. So this builds strong bones, okay?
Wow.
Also, it is an anti-inflammatory, okay? So this, if you're swollen, you hurt, it's an anti-inflammatory, and I love this one. This is so good. For those of you that are having some blood sugar problems, guess what? The prickly pear cactus has really awesome, powerful regulators, so they can regulate the glucose level within the body. So people that have type 2 diabetes, it can help reduce a spike in your glucose levels right after you're eating. So this is really a home run product, and I love to build home run products. And the reason it's cool is because there's coral calcium, which, by the way, just having coral calcium all on its own, most of it is in the ocean. And what's really cool about it is they've said that the people over there in Okinawa that use coral calcium, they live to be over 100 years old.
Oh, you know something? The people with the longest longevity of life on the earth are the Japanese and the Japanese islands. I mean, you're exactly right. They live the longest.
Yes, and so coral calcium is one of the keys that they used. Sea vegetables, all that kind of stuff. All the sea products are awesome, but coral calcium is something that I kind of found, and it is pure. It is certified. There's, people are going to say, oh, I know about the radiation. Well, you can know all you want, but it's certified no radiation. So I got the clean stuff. It's all good, and it helps you live longer, and it helps your bones. And so if you're drinking water and you're taking Nopal cactus and some GI Joy, I think you're going to be rocking and rolling.
Wow, you're making me feel younger already, Ronnie. I mean, I'm going to keep taking the supplements and the vitamins I need, and also drinking the tea, getthetea.com. And, oh, by the way, we had the pomegranate tea.
Yeah, what'd you think about it?
Oh, I liked it. It's got a smooth taste to it, and I know pomegranate in the Bible is so important. It's so healthy. It's one of the most important things that the Bible talks about to be. I mean, pomegranates are put everywhere throughout the Old Testament. And so is that what gave you the ideal to bring pomegranate tea?
Yeah, I always, here's how I look at it is, yes, it's mentioned in the Bible quite often. But I go after, this is how I see it, and maybe I'm got a bad view or different view or whatever. I'm sure I'm different, but here we go. So I go after stuff that God has put on this earth that maybe is like, pomegranate would not be one of them, but pomegranate is a strong antioxidant. Okay. So it's so good for you. Okay. But I go for not just Bible things, but the good Lord is bigger than even our Bible, and He has put so many great things on this earth for our well-being. And now I have made it kind of a study of mine to go after the oddball, powerful things that are not on the main market, because the reason I'm doing that is because we're in a time zone with being poisoned by the air and the water and the many things that are going on. We need home run hitters. So it's got to pass just your normal vitamin C. Go past your normal vitamin E. And I'm not dogging those. Those are awesome. All of our vitamins that we've had for years, this is all important. But it's important to be pure. It's important to be GMO-free. And Nopal cactus, that's not something, I mean, yes, you can get it out there. I'm not the only one that has it. I don't want to bring that forward. But I'm one of the only ones that has coral calcium mixed with it, which coral calcium, just so you know, helps you absorb. So if you're taking a normal Nopal cactus, you're going to get so much that goes in your body. But if it's connected with something that helps absorb, you're going to get more of the cactus into your body at one shot, so that basically it makes the pill work stronger, if that makes any sense.
Oh, I see. Now, you said you also have another new product that you've come out with. You want to share that with us?
The GI Joy is the new one, and the Nopal Cactus is the new one. And those are basically, and we have vitamin C is coming, just so you know. We have
good.
a vitamin C pill that's coming, and guess what it's going to be mixed with?
What?
Coral calcium.
Oh, so you're taking the best of the best and putting it with the vitamin C, and really that's going to be a healthy, like a shot. I mean, that's like a shot in the arm, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And speaking of shots in the arms, I just got to go here since you brought it up. Vitamin C has been known, okay, I do not carry this, so I can speak freely about it, has been known when it is injected into you that it kills cancer cells.
What? I didn't have no clue. I'm telling you right now. I was just meaning, I was meaning just.
See how you are?
I'm being prophetic. I'm being prophetic right here.
You blurted it, and I thought I'd just pick this up.
So you're saying vitamin C?
If you take a vitamin C,
go ahead.
Goes after cancer cells, and it leaves the good cells. Like when you get radiation, it kills everything. It's like an antibiotic. It kills everything, anti-life, okay? So, and we've been programmed by the media that, well, if you have cancer, you got to get radiation, you got to get, you got to get this, you got to get that, chemotherapy, blah, blah, blah. But people go out of country and they want vitamin C injections. And I'm not talking about like a little 1,000 milligrams. Just so you know, RDA is recommended daily allowance. Okay. In other words, you'll see vitamin C down at the store and it'll say 1,000 milligrams.
Okay.
So go try to buy 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C. And what you will not find is 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C. You will not find 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C in one pill. Won't happen.
Won't happen.
Because there is an RDA. But what if, I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is true, but I'm just going to give some food for thought for all of your people listening. So what if 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C was not enough to do anything?
Oh. So you'd have all these people buying it, taking 1,000 milligrams, and it really isn't making much of a difference. Just what if? Just what if?
Well, what if? And let's just let me use another analogy. So you and I, Paul, we're out there walking in the Sahara Desert. We're in Israel. We're going to walk in the desert, right?
Okay.
And we don't have any water with us. And some guy comes up to us and says, you've been out here, 4 or 5 hours? Yeah, we've been out here 4 or 5 hours. You look pretty thirsty. Our tongues are hanging out. Yeah, we're really thirsty. And he gives us a half a shot glass of water.
Okay.
Does that change our life?
That's not going to do much to change my life, no.
Right, exactly.
No.
You need a lot of water to change the situation, right?
Okay.
Sometimes we need a lot of stuff to change the situation. But if somebody came up and said, oh, by the way, if you drink more than that half a shot glass of water, you could die. Then what would we do? We'd be contemplating.
We'd be afraid. We'd be afraid to even drink the.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to even drink the half a shot of water.
Exactly. So the point is if we have wrong information, sometimes wrong information can keep us sick.
Oh, Ronnie, you keep bringing this up as if, as if there's. That they don't want us fully well, but they just want to keep us just sick enough that even though we're not dead, but we just keep coming back. We have to keep buying more and more and more, but we never get over the hump. That's a terrible thought that would actually be in the mind of people in the.
Let me give a clue, and I'll use a quote, a very famous quote. If you seek, you will find.
Well, that's Jesus's words. Okay.
That's exactly correct.
Okay.
Right? So what is he saying? He's talking about him, right? That's what we've been told. But what if that went bigger than just him?
Okay, which it can.
Which it can, right? Because you can read a verse in the Bible and it can have 10 meanings.
Right.
Okay? Because it's that big.
Right.
Okay, so if you seek, okay, so let's just insert a word. If you seek wellness, you will find wellness.
Just got to seek for it. You got to look for it.
You got to look for it. So when I'm telling you hints, you can go and Google things and you can look things up, and it's on the internet. I can't say certain things, but if it's on the internet and you can put my 2 cents plus the 2 cents you find, and you will seek and you will find.
All right, now I've got some homework to do, and I'm good, and I look forward to it. It's sort of like treasure hunting. I mean, you're basically saying, guys, there's some treasure out there for your physical body, for your mental better health. I can tell you, even for your spiritual health, if you seek, ye shall find. And you're right. You're saying there's some great information out there that is being withheld from us.
And it could be, here's one for you. You could have something in your possession, I'll say it this way. You could have something in your possession that will make you feel better, but you have the wrong information of why or when or what you're taking.
Yeah, that's no good. So here you are trying your best to be healthy, to eat right, to take your medicine, to take, your vitamins, your supplements, your exercise. Right. But if you're not getting the proper information, you may be just wasting time, you know?
Well, and it's like sometimes we take supplements and, maybe they don't go to get the tea. That's fine. So you go somewhere else and you get the supplement and you think you're doing really well, but you forgot to really look at everything. And so the pill has fillers in it. So it has wheat flour, rice flour, and it's a GMO product. So are you really going to get healthy off of that?
No.
And the answer is no.
No.
So this is why I'm so picky, and I'm not the lowest price out there. I wish I could say that, but I put specials out there so people can save money because I am GMO free. I am all organic, and I make sure there is no fillers. There's no fillers in my products. Never.
That's amazing.
No fillers. So when you order vitamin C, you get vitamin C. If you order moringa, you get moringa. You don't get flour and fluff and puff and all this kind of garbage. No.
See, that's what's so great, folks. This is why we love Ronnie McMullen. We love his company, GetTheTea.com, because he actually makes sure he finds the best ingredients, the best herbs, puts together the best formulas. He doesn't use any fillers, no GMO, nothing in there that would not help you any. He goes to get the best. It costs more, obviously, because you're not filling it with junk, but in the end of the day, if you're really trying to be healthy, well, then you want to take what really works and what's really helpful. And there's been so many miracles and turnarounds in people's lives through Ronnie McMullen's products at GetTheTea.com that's why we endorse it heavily.
Well, that's what's fun is sometimes people email me and they'll say, I had XYZ, fit in your disease, and I don't have it anymore. You know, that makes me just about cry because we all have stuff, you know, don't think you're alone. We all have stuff. And here's something for somebody, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm going to say this might affect somebody, is somebody out there might be really in trouble and their doctor has diagnosed that you're dying. Well, I've got a couple things to say to you. Number one, we're all dying, so you're not alone. We are all dying, but you're just going to beat us to the finish line. Because on the other side, it's so much better than here anyway.
Right.
So it's all good. So never to be afraid. But the other thing is when the doctor says you have so much time to left in your life, you go see the doctor, he gives you some bad prognosis, and you have a year to live. You have 6 months to live, 3 months to live, whatever. He gives you your date. I would just ask you this. Yes, he wears a little white coat. Yes, he might have his glasses and have some education behind him. But is he really God and knows exactly when your time is to go home?
No.
So you're being cursed because he has no clue what time you're going home because the last time I looked, God is the only one that knows when we're coming home.
That's right.
So if a doctor says you're going home in 3 months or 6 months or whatever, get your affairs in order, I would just ask you, maybe there's a grandbaby you need to see. Maybe there's something in your life you have not finished. Maybe whatever the case may be, do not take him literally. Because if you take him literally, your time clock will be exactly when he says. If you don't, because the brain's a powerful tool. So if you don't, you say, I'm sorry, he doesn't control my life. God does. God tells me when I go home and when I stay. Then that's what's going to happen with you. So we're all in this together.
Ronnie, you're just bringing a message of hope right now. The Bible says in one scripture, it says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Okay.
Yeah.
So the confession you make, and there's other scriptures that will tell you, let the sick say, I am not sick. Okay. So you do have to make these positive confessions. You do have to speak life into your own body, and you have to don't receive the first report. Okay. Wait on the report of the Lord. All right. So,
right.
I mean, all right, so somebody gives me a diagnosis, I'll say, okay, I appreciate that, but now I'm going to go wait for, the great physician. That's why Jesus was called the great physician, right, Ronnie?
That's right. That's right. And I just, I mean, there's so many lies going around, and sometimes it's not a flat out lie. The doctor's not like necessarily lying to you, but he has been taught. And by the way, many of the schools, people won't want to hear this, but many of the schools that are medical schools are they and them schools. So just so you know, they're taught a certain thing. Most doctors don't know nutrition, just so you know.
Wow.
So this is something where it's almost like anti-God sometimes, and I know I've got a strong opinion, so I apologize, but it's almost like sometimes anti-God because they don't look at the herbs. They'll say, oh, well, herbs don't work. Well, really? Is that how come when I take herbs with the pharmaceutical is canceled out? It's because herbs don't work? I don't think so. So anyway, all this to say is, yes, the great physician is God. And by the way, he left things behind for us to get through, and they're called herbs.
Wow, folks, this has been a great broadcast. I mean, tremendous words of wisdom and great information. Go to his website, getthetea.com. And here's what I want to say. If you've never gotten any of Ronnie's products, if I had to tell you the first thing to do, if you didn't do anything else, I would say getthetea.com. Get the tea first. Start drinking it and start getting the toxins out of your body. And then study the other products he has and see what may be available for you that makes sense for you, because Ronnie puts his heart and soul into it. He really cares about the people, and he wants you to be healthy. Ronnie, thank you again for coming on, being with us today. It's been a powerful discussion.
Always a pleasure. And please let me know that you heard it with Pastor Paul. Really important. He's out there. We support his show. We support what he's doing. And he really needs the credit, So please just let me know, because I want to know. And we're all a team here. We're all together in this together. We all support each other. You're supporting me. I'm supporting him. He's supporting you. I mean, we're all holding up a wall. So we all got to do our work. So anyway, but thank you so much, Pastor, for having me on.
Thank you. We'll see you next time, Ronnie. God bless.